Raspberry Pi is a remarkably capable piece of hardware, but out of the box, it is an inert collection of components. To make this board functional, we first need to load it with a compatible operating system. Our objective today is to write that software onto a micro SD card. We are using a headless setup, which means we will pre-configure the network settings right now. This allows the Pi to join your network automatically, so you won't need to connect a monitor or keyboard to the board later. Before we start, you need 4 specific items: your main computer, a micro SD card with at least 32 gigabytes of storage, an SD card reader, and your Raspberry Pi. Having these tools ready ensures the installation remains a single, continuous process without hardware interruptions. Step 1 is acquiring the imaging tool. Navigate to the official Raspberry Pi website and download Raspberry Pi Imager version 2.0. Run the installer on your computer. Follow the standard prompts, keeping the default settings until the software is fully installed. Now, prepare the media. Insert your micro SD card into the reader, then plug that reader into a USB port on your computer. Be aware that continuing past this point will permanently erase any data currently stored on that micro SD card. By using a dedicated, empty card, you ensure the installation is isolated and your primary computer files remain unaffected. The Imager interface uses 3 primary selection columns. Start by clicking Select Device and find your specific Raspberry Pi model in the list. In the middle column, you'll choose the operating system. For newer hardware like the Pi 4 or 5, select the 64-bit version. If you are using an older board, the 32-bit version is recommended. Finally, use the third column to designate your storage. Select the micro SD card you just connected. To prevent accidents, the software automatically hides your computer's internal hard drive from this list. These 3 selections create a specific link between the correct software architecture and your physical media. After clicking Next, the Imager prompts you to open the OS customization window. This step allows us to define the system's credentials before the card ever reaches the board. Under the General tab, set your hostname and create a unique username and password. To ensure the Pi connects to your network on its own, enter your Wi-Fi network name and password into these fields. Next, move to the Services tab and switch the toggle to enable SSH. This is the protocol that allows you to log in and control the Pi remotely from your main computer. You also have the option here to enable Raspberry Pi Connect, which provides a browser-based remote desktop through a web authorization. Embedding these network parameters into the installation eliminates the need for a traditional desktop setup with multiple cables. Confirm your settings and click Write to begin the data transfer. The software writes the image first, then runs a verification pass. This second bar ensures that the data on the card exactly matches the source file. When the Write Successful confirmation box appears, the process is complete. The Imager will then automatically unmount the card, allowing you to remove it safely without further steps in your operating system. This verification sequence guarantees that the file structure is intact before you attempt to boot the hardware. Now, remove the micro SD card from your reader. Insert the card into the slot on the underside of the Raspberry Pi, ensuring it is fully seated in the port. Once you connect the power cable, the board will automatically initiate the boot sequence and join your network using the credentials we provided. With the drive imaged, your Pi is now a live node on your network, accessible from your main computer and ready for development.